chuck in. This is how I get carburetors out of the bike without taking half the airbox and everything apart. This is how I do it. Not for everyone, but this I'm going to try and show you. So I've got this, which is a scraper, which I've had for donkey's years. I think it was my dad's. Obviously, back in the day, it was probably square, and you can use a square one, but this is one I always seem to use for carburetors. So I've undone the front screw, Jubilee clip, and the back one, so it's all really loose, as you can see. Now, what I tend to do is get into the airbox side with a screwdriver, open up, if I can, just enough, and then I put the scraper inside there like that, so it can go against the pull against the scraper to come out. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes you've got to get it from the other side, which might be the case here. Always harder on camera, obviously. Okay, yeah, that's probably the case. So if I get it in the front and push it backwards, which is now harder because it's pushing up against the airbox. I'll do that screwdriver. Let's get it back in the airbox. Okay, another top tip is put loads of WD-40 or silicone spray around everything. So I'm going to put it in the airbox, push it back as far as I can, and you see a little bit of a gap at the front there. And as soon as you see the gap, put your scraper in. There. So now that should, oh, by the way, undo all your cables. You should be able to lever that in. And that should just pop out. And you put it back in exactly the same way. There you go. I've got some tubes still connected at the back there. But yeah, and but basically to put it back in, I'll probably do another video. So you put the airbox in first, put that up against the front side, and then you just push it up against it and push it in, and then when you're in line, pull that out. Okay, so engine's out of the bike. Gonna give it a quick clean and then strip it down. So that's where we are at the minute. Engine's out. I've started stripping down that part of the heads off. I've just taken the flywheel off. So just a bit of a hint tip that don't know where I got it from, to be honest with you, I can't remember. But basically I've got the rear axle, which is there, to take the flywheel off, to use it as a puller. So you get your spanner on there to hold that, and turn that the opposite way, and that will pull the puller off its tapered bearing. Not bearing, but it's a tapered spline. So this is where we are at the minute. Trying to get these bolts out of here, absolute nightmare. This one I just about did. This one I didn't actually think I was going to be able to get out. It just wasn't turning. So it's that bolt that long, and you can see the thread is right down the bottom. I was heating up, putting a blowtorch on there. Didn't make the slightest bit of difference. So I just thought I'd take a chance on it, and you see it goes right down to the bottom there, goes in there. So basically I put the heat all down here with the blowtorch all along here for a good couple of minutes, and then I just about managed to get it off. And to be honest with you, I thought I'd have to abandon the project because I didn't think I was going to get it off. But so with the rest of them, I literally heated that one. I heated up there, all on that part, and on the back part, in the timing chain side, you can see it goes down. It's further inside, and it goes down to about there. So you heat up this part here, and then try and undo it. Don't even try and do it without the heat, because well, it just wasn't coming off. But so yeah, like I say, I thought I was going to have to abandon the project because it's never going to come apart. But so far it is. I've managed to get everything apart. Everything's on the table. Everything's apart. These are the new cases. There's the old cases. Everything's in there. I've pushed the conrod in, pulled it in, got the gearbox in, just put the gasket on, just about to bolt it together. I'll come back to you when I've done that one. So, cases are bolted back together. There, I started putting all the bits on, chains on. I even put the starter motor on. Reason being, I was just trying to look for something to do because I couldn't go any further. Couple of really bad mistakes. Well, one mistake, I over tightened a bolt because it said, I could have sworn I read it said tighten up to 10 Newton meters, but it stripped it. Absolute bloody nightmare, this one. So I've ordered a new one of these. This is one I got around the Honda garage around the road, but it's slightly the wrong size, so I've had to put this washer on. I was going to leave it and that would have done the repair because it's about the right size. Unfortunately, I am going to change it now, because when I went to hook on the starter motor spring, which is the spring's supposed to go in here, there's a stud that goes in here on my case, the old cases, but these cases, it didn't have one, so I'm presuming it was never fitted. Maybe this bike that these cases come from never had a starter motor on it. Not starter motor, a kickstart on it, so that you wouldn't need one. But I still want it on there as a backup. So I had to order one of them anyway, so that's me ready. Wait, I've ordered it. There's a postal strike on, so now I've got to wait for the delivery to come. But yeah, cases are bolted back together. There's what's left that I've got to go back on. My wife and my daughter come in separately and thought I was having a car boot sale in my garage for some reason. So yeah, that's where we are with that. Just waiting for the postman. Onwards and upwards. Still waiting for the postman. Just thought I'd show you the difference on the two cases. So that's the old one, my old engine, and that's the new cases that I've had machined. I want to show you the difference in the size of the hole where it's been machined out. So, sorry, I'm doing this one-handed. So that is 89.7. Can you see the difference there? That's how much bigger it is. 78.9. So obviously that sleeve fits inside that hole. See how much bigger it would be. There you go, better view. Look, that's how much bigger the piston is. Speaking of piston, there's the piston. I've just put the rings on. It's a Wasner piston. It's a Wasner piston, so good quality. You're not going to get much better than that. I'm putting new clutch plates on. I haven't checked the old ones, to be honest with you. They might be okay, but I'm just going to do it as a matter of, I've got to take the engine apart, put new gaskets on, and put in, you know, new what I can. I put a new timing chain on. The old one, to be fair, was really good. I didn't really need to do it, but it's, while I've got it apart, it's probably worth doing. So I know it's just belt and braces. I know it's all good. Yeah, like I say, Waiting for the postman.